Again, this is going on YouTube. What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Emery Reigns here, bringing you guys a kind of in-depth breakdown of the Kula and my official trailer that we got yesterday during Taipei Major. We don't really have a lot to go on. Obviously, it was a very short trailer, and I don't have access to Kula, obviously, because she wasn't in DOA 5. So, with that being said, we do have Mai, however. Shout outs to Matt Ponton, because I remember he actually gifted me Mai in this game. So, Matt Ponton, a free step dodge. So, again, Mai, I'm not really super familiar with her counterpart from King of Fighters, but I know that according to the King of Fighters players, they all, let me know that the character is very, very similar, and they did the character justice. So I do want to bring up her data really quick, just to show you guys some stuff that you guys have to take into account when the character comes out. So, first and foremost, she has a 9-frame jab. That's really good. 9-frame jabs in DOA are the fastest type of jab you can have. They were actually originally the fastest strike in the game until Phase 4 got a jumping 2-frame mid in the game. So, yeah, jabs are no longer the fastest attack in the game if they're 9 frames. But either way, she got a 9-frame jab, and she also had an 11-frame mid. I don't really remember how to play with her too much. So, like, she had combos like that. I don't really remember how to play with her too much. How do you do the... That's how you do the... How do you do her... There it is, okay. So she had like some pretty sick combos. What's going on, Devil Jenny? This is her mid kick launcher. H+K. Up kick is going to be her high kick launcher. And then, can we have a bigger screen? Well, I'm about to do... Well, you know what? Yeah, you're right. I'll switch it so that it's a little bigger while we're doing this. Where is that? Hold on a second, guys. Alright. Alright, that didn't work. Alright, we're almost there. Hold on. Hold on. Bear with me. One more. One more. Alright, so, again, Mai was a pretty strong character. She wasn't really like OD, like top S tier, but she was very good. She has a projectile, quarter circle forward punch, 18 frames, and it's a high as well. Very telegraphed. It was very difficult to hit people with this at neutral. Maybe if you were up close. You can also do it off of some of her moves. You can do it off of a forward punch. And once you do certain moves with her, you can go out of those moves and go into some of her cancels. So this would be considered one of her cancels. You can do it off of kick. You can also do the flames. So there it is. So you can do quarter circle back punch. That's another one of her cancels. You can also do it off of this too. So you can actually do these inside of her juggles and actually get more juggle potential. So it's all coming back to me now how to play with her. But either way, and I remember this was -6 on block, which was very annoying to deal with because we actually had to neutral throw it. Unless it was -5, I don't remember. I think it was -6. But either way, she's pretty safe. She's got an 11-frame mid, 9-frame jab. Pretty good damage output. She's got a pretty good throw. Quarter circle forward grab. 63 damage. That's her biggest throw. That's her most damaging throw. Another thing about Mai is that she has this jumping stance. So out of the jumping stance, she can also do... So yeah, so she has... Yeah, the fire is unholdable. If you hold it, your character walks to the side. So you can actually get a stun off of that. So she can do something else off that. But hold on. What is it? That's what it is. So you do kick P+K. And then you can also just jump in the air and just do P+K, which is that second attack you see. She was very limited to what she could and couldn't do in the air. She didn't really have a bunch of stuff that she could do. And it felt like, it didn't feel like the character was incomplete or anything. Yeah, you can duck the projectile. It didn't feel like she was incomplete, but it definitely felt like she had a couple more things in King of Fighters that they could have given her. So if you guys can educate me, because I don't really know if the stuff that they gave her in Dead or Alive 6 from what we've seen is King of Fighters stuff, or if that's all new stuff that they gave. So you have to think about it. Mai is a SNK character. She's not a Team Ninja character, which means anything that they do to Mai, they have to get approval through SNK. They have to get that approval to even put the character's hair a certain way, any costumes. That's why Mai's costumes were very limited, because they had to get the license to be able to do that from SNK. So, or the permission to do that from SNK, rather. So, you know, I don't know if the stuff that they gave her in this trailer is stuff that is in another King of Fighters game. We don't know yet. But either way, I want to compare some of what we already know that Mai can do in DOA 6, and DOA 5, rather, with some of the stuff that we've seen in DOA 6. So, hey, Foxeye, thanks for following, man. So, we're going to go ahead and watch this trailer really quick again. And, you know, we're going to kind of do a side-by-side comparison and kind of add up what she can and can't do. So right off the bat, Mai has a very, very, very great look in this game, even in DOA 5. DOA 5, you know, they did a great job with Mai in DOA 5. And as far as, you know, staying true to the King of Fighters series, it's actually crazy because Mai looked so fucking good in DOA 5 that she kind of looked like she belonged in this game more than King of Fighters. She looks like, if you were to compare her to Kasumi and Helena and all those other characters, she could be a Dead or Alive character. If Mai wasn't in King of Fighters, you would never think that she wasn't a DOA character. That's how good she looks in this game. So they obviously stayed true to the counterpart again, because she looks really good in this game. So that's the first thing I want to talk about. So the first thing we see right off the bat, her fire causes that spin stun. Now that spin animation is new to DOA. Some characters' moves got changed so that the runaway stun doesn't exist anymore. Now it has that spin animation. So as you can see, this launches in this game. All right, and I'll show you guys again. And immediately you're going to see that it causes that. Now, we're not sure if that's, you know, if you do a stun first and then do that, will they launch? But in this game, in DOA 5, let me turn the move details off. So in this game, as you can see, it launches. Even on normal hit, it launches. You couldn't combo off it on normal hit, but like you could do, again, like you do that to kind of get some relaunchers in there. So either way, yeah, they changed the animation of that 100%. They changed the properties of it, I mean. So it's no longer going to cause that launch unless they have the properties where if you stun someone first and then do that, they're going to launch. But we don't know yet. So we'll find out more. So obviously, Mai can still do that in DOA 5. She did forward punch. No, she did 3P. So she did 3P. What was it? Yeah, so she can still do that in DOA 5, so that's nothing new. And obviously it's going to cause the interactable to go off right there. Yeah, she looks fun, man. She looks good in this game. A lot of people don't know, I played Mai for a little while in DOA 5. I actually mained her for a couple of weeks to learn the matchup. So, this move that we see, which is obviously going to be her Fatal Rush, right? This first attack we see here, let me put it in slow-mo so we can break it down a little more. And shout out to whoever's YouTube channel I'm watching this off of, Fighters Generation. I have it on mine too, but... So as I said again... So that first attack we see right there, I'm trying to think. Mai has a move that looks kind of similar to that in this game. I don't know the... What is that move? Okay, so it kind of looks like her Critical Burst Punch, her People's K. So it's obviously not the same move, but it looks kind of similar to that. This is her Fatal Rush. So a lot of people noticed that the Fatal Rush attacks actually took the animation from their Critical Burst in DOA 5. So it's not the same move, but it definitely kind of shares a similarity because she does a spin animation. As you can see here, she does a spin animation here as well. But obviously that has to hit high. So honestly, I think it was the same exact move and they just made it hit high. As you can see, it's the same, pretty much the same damn move, except it just hits mid now. All Fatal Rushes start with high, obviously, so they had to change the animation. Alright, so what do we got next? So that's new right there. So, and again, I'm trying to understand. Let me listen to the sound effect. Let me put it back on normal speed because I want to hear the sound effect. Because that's going to determine whether this is a Fatal Rush into a regular launcher or this is a Fatal Rush that launches. So, alright, so that just confirmed it. We can go by the sound effects. She did one attack from Fatal Rush, then did a launcher. So in DOA 5, the closest launcher she has to that is 3P. Is that 3P? I don't know. Nah, that's a different launcher. Because as you can see, like she doesn't really crouch too much. So that's a new mid-punch launcher, it looks like, that goes into this air stance. Yep, so that goes into the air stance unless she did this. That's kind of like if I were to simulate that in DOA 5, that's the closest you're going to get. So it looks like, because again with DOA 6, you obviously do the one stun and one launcher. So I'm not sure if that's new if that's a new launcher or if it just looks like it. Obviously you can't combo off of that, but either way that must be a new launcher. Because she crouches down. And that's all new right there. All that shit is new. Let me go back. Yeah, this is all new right here. So that kick in the middle is obviously in DOA 5, but what she does when she brings her down for the bound, that's all new. And then she does this fucking crazy ass. So Hayate actually had that move in DOA 3. I wish I could bring the video up, but Hayate had that move in DOA 3. I don't know if you guys remember it, but Hayate had this move in DOA 3, believe it or not. So that move has existed in DOA before. It looks exactly the same as Hayate's. I think it was his 668 plus K actually. Yep, he had that move in DOA 3. So this move right here that she just did, I believe that's her 9P or something. Back punch. Okay, so this move is still in the game. So back punch is still in the game. It gives you a really good stun. Still gives you the nosebleed stun. All right. So we still got that. Bam. Get hit in the mouth. So then she goes. So that's 100% a new mid punch launcher. We can see it a little better from this angle. That is definitely a new mid punch launcher she's doing, because that mid punch launcher is obviously going to lead her into being able to jump in the air and hit you. And it almost looks like it's the same string. Look, she goes. So before the animation is over, she jumps up. See. She's jumping off the air, so that's a string. Like that's kind of like a string into a combo, and that shit right there is all new. Kind of looks like Hayate's Nakiryu a little bit. How you do the off-brand Raijin, it kind of looks like the Nakiryu a little bit, and she kind of comes up and slams you in your fucking head. So that's all new shit right there. What's up, JJ? And this is her Fatal Rush complete, maybe? Yep. So this is her complete Fatal Rush if you don't cancel it like we saw earlier. I think. Hold on a second. Hold on. What? So this is the Fatal Rush complete into the break blow. So I'm trying to think. So, hold on. Okay, that's what I thought. So, they gave her literally her power blow, and they actually took away a couple things from it. It's literally the same thing from DOA 5. Literally, all they did was cut out the cool part. Wow. They literally cut out the cool part. We're going to play it side by side. Hold on. Ready? Oh, the game glitched. Oh, I know why. Okay, ready? Watch this shit. They literally cut out that shit. They're wild. It's the same fucking thing. It's literally the same thing. They just cut the whole beginning part out and just... Okay. I didn't think they were going to do that. That's... I mean, I don't want to say it's lazy because, again, they can't do whatever they want because it's the SNK character. And I think this might be her special in King of Fighters, so we don't know. I gotta go back to the beginning and see. Yeah, so that's the... You can hear by the sound effect that is her Fatal Rush. If you stop it, that animation is completely different. But if you finish it, it's different. So that's the Mai breakdown. I want to talk about the Kula Diamond breakdown a little bit. So the Kula Diamond gameplay real quick. So let me extend this because now we don't need this anymore. 1 second. So now we're going to get into Kula. I love her song. I gotta say her song is kind of sick. It's pretty godlike. Is this like an OST that I can find somewhere? I'd like to download this OST. So she just skates the fuck in. And obviously that's her movement. Whenever she moves, she's gonna do that skating shit. Some Sub-Zero shit right there. And again, as you can see, Kula has that jumping just like Mai does, because they're both from the same game. So. And this is her win pose from King of Fighters as well, I believe. Let's watch the slow-mo really quick. Again, there's not much we can really say about this because we've never had her before. It's a remix of the King of Fighters one? Okay. I mean, she looks cool, man. I'll give her that. She looks cool. So, again, I'm just going to say it's safe to assume, just based off of how Mai works in DOA, you know how Mai can do her strings into one of her cancels, into her quarter circle forward kick, into her quarter circle back punch, into her quarter circle, you know, whatever, into her fan. She can cancel into her fan. It's looking like this is a string that she can do and go into that and cancel into her because again, they're all King of Fighters characters. This looks like she can cancel strings into freezing you, essentially. And what you can do after this freeze is the question. Can you get a guaranteed launcher? Can you get a guaranteed hit? I'm going to keep it 100 with you. If you can launch guaranteed off of that, this character is going to be fucking busted. The reasoning behind that is because essentially when you're in something like this, now, I don't know if they're going to count this as a stun, if they're going to let you get out with break hold, but essentially this is going to be an extra fatal stun that this character has, assuming she doesn't have another one. So this could be her fatal stun. Yeah, she's getting a launcher after that shit. And you can't hold after that. You're fucking frozen. You're frozen, bro. You can't hold. Alright? So I don't know if they're going to let you use break hold or if she can just do a string into a cancel and just fuck your shit up like that. Break hold right there. Or just get fucked up if you can't use break hold every time. And the question is, can she do that to you in a juggle? Can she launch you, relaunch you, and then freeze you? You know what I mean? This character might be fucked up, guys. And again, as you can see, she's got the jump in just like Mai does, alright? And then Nico went to low hold. This is going to be her low grab. Pretty sick shit. That's her fatal rush. Cancels the fatal rush. Goes for another throw. Break blow right there. Stop the punch, punch, punch animation. And then she says bye-bye at the end. I'm curious, though. I'm curious to see her special. Pretty good, Team Ninja. Pretty good. Not exactly the same. Not exactly the same, but... And that's the other one we just saw right there. That's her grab. Yeah, she has all this stuff in DOA. They gave her all this stuff. They gave her all this stuff in DOA. I want to watch it again just to see we can compare really quick, just to see if it's all the same. Yeah, that's one of her specials we just saw right there. Yep, we just saw this one too. It looks pretty good, man. I gotta be honest with you guys. It looks pretty fucking good. The animation's a little more drawn out on here. It's a little more drawn out, but it looks pretty fucking good, man. So yeah, I mean, that's going to do it for the comparison, guys. Hope you guys have enjoyed this comparison. Please be sure to leave a like, a comment, and subscribe. And your thoughts on Kula and Maya currently right now. It's been a pleasure making this video for you guys. I will see you next time. Be sure to leave a like and a comment and subscribe. Peace.